Hey guys, so what's up? I'm back with another video, and in today's video, I would like to talk about toxic relationships. Now, we all have experienced toxic relationships in some type of way, right? Whether it's a family member, a friend, um, coworker, supervisor, um, relationship, any type of ship, right? So we've experienced that, and sometimes we are the toxic person, and sometimes we may become attached to toxic people, or both people in the relationship is toxic for one another. So I have experienced that throughout my life. Up until recently, I really understood how me not working on myself and giving myself time to unpack all this baggage that I had throughout my life from childhood until now. And yeah, I was a toxic person. I am not admit to say that. I'm not afraid of it. It was my truth. And right now I'm in a stage of my life where I'm being 100% honest with myself, and the only way that you can solve a problem if you are 100% honest with yourself. So I have a story, as I always do, right? So in this story, I want to talk about toxic relationships. So I have been in a couple toxic relationships in my past, and it was just seeming like no matter what happened or how we tried, or it was always something constantly going wrong, no matter what. Even when you're not trying to argue or trying to be in this negative space, something always happens. Like, your happiness does not last for long, and because it was two toxic people trying to come together and become whole. And it's just like a addiction. Any addiction that you have, it's hard to break. And when one person is ready to mature and just want better out of life, like feel like I can't live like this anymore, I'm a toxic person. Sometimes I would even look in a mirror and not even recognize myself. Like, who is this person? Because it had been so toxic. Things have been so toxic, had been, not now. So toxic in my life that I lost myself. And another thing is, when you're dealing with toxicity, you cannot help anyone else until you help someone else. I mean, until you help yourself. You can be trying to battle someone else's demons, and you have your demons over here trying to devour you, and you have your back turned to the things that you need to work on, because you're not even, as women, we always put ourselves second, last, because we are caring, we're nurturing, we're mothers. That's just in our DNA, some of us, most of us. And yeah, you just put yourself on a back burner, and once you realize that you can't change someone, once you realize that you can't make someone want to change because you want change, or you see them in a higher light than they see themselves, then you have to make a decision. And the decision is, it's either gonna be you or me. And it's hard to make that decisions. It's not easy. It does not come overnight, especially if you love someone, or you think you love someone, or if you have children by this person. And it's hard. Like, you don't want to no one gets in a relationship and have children by someone else just to break up. That's never the plan. It's like, no, that's not fun. That's not anything to play with. That's your life. That's your children's life. And unfortunately, you go through all these thoughts process. Well, I'm repeating the cycle, or I'm just like my mother or father, or whatever negative thoughts you have, trying to decide or make that decision. It's not easy. It don't come overnight, trust me. It's plenty of nights you're gonna cry. It's plenty of nights you're gonna feel alone. It's plenty of nights you just gonna go through it. But let me tell you something. After the pain is over, and after you start working on yourself, and you realize that you are worth it, no one should never make you feel like you're less than. Once you have that courage, once you get a connection with God or whatever or whoever you believe in, and you get that strength, like, the pain is never going to completely go away. Or, I'm lying, it does. But it's just like you become a new person. You feel like, I have confidence in myself. I'm not what people say that I am. I'm not, just because I accepted this in this last relationship, I didn't have self-esteem. I had low self-esteem. I didn't have courage to walk out. I didn't have the courage to say, no, don't treat me like that. That is not right. I didn't have courage to stick up for myself. But once you get those things, but you have to go through it alone first. You have to clean out your closet. And cleaning out your closet is looking yourself in the mirror, accepting what you have did wrong, because you're not perfect as a person. You have done things wrong as well. But once you accept that, and once you want better out of yourself, once you decide this is not the life that I deserve better for myself and for my children. Once you decide that, it'll all come together. But of course you have to go through the ugly darkness of it first. It's no way out. You cannot beat the process. You cannot think that you're smarter than the average person. You really have to go low to become back up again. And that's just the reality of it. And once you do that and you realize, I no longer want to be a toxic person. In my next relationship, I'm going to be whole. I'm going to love myself first. I'm going to appreciate who I am, the good, bad, and ugly. And God will bless you. You cannot go in a relationship with baggage from your past, from what your last relationship was, or from your mommy and daddy issues. You can't do that, because you're going to constantly go on this merry-go-round, and you're not going to get better, and you're going to attract toxic people to you because you are still being toxic. And yes, it's not, I'm telling you, the reason I'm telling you this is because I know I've been through it. And I'm going through it now. But it's like my life is so much better. I can look at myself in the mirror and recognize myself. I can see who I am and what God wants me to be. I can be a great mother to my child because I'm not stressed out. I'm not angry all the time. I'm not bitter. I accept my wrongs and God has forgiven me, and that's all that matters. Don't allow people to keep trying to take you back to who you used to be, because they don't know who you are now, because they haven't. 9 times out of 10, if it was toxic, you cut ties with that person. So they don't know who you are today in this moment. So I encourage you, if you have to leave a relationship, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Maybe you will have to downgrade as far as living. Maybe you may have to get 2-3 jobs in order to take care of your children. Maybe you have to sacrifice things, but you will have peace in your heart, in your mind. You're not stressed out and crying over someone that does not want to change, and you cannot change them. You're not doing that anymore. You can work on the things that you need to work on for yourself. And then life becomes easier. It gets better. People in your life will come around you with positive vibes, positive feedback. It's not so negative all the time. You're not in this dark place. It's going to get better, and it's going to get better. Trust me, I know. And, another thing as women, I can't really speak on men because I'm not a man, but another thing as women, we think about our children. Like, if we leave, especially if we're with a child father, how would this affect my child? And, just so many thoughts go through our head. But let me tell you something. I'm a single mother. My child is doing great in school. We have fun together. Children are adaptable. They adapt to anything, and as long as they see their mother or father happy, that's all they care about. They're not thinking about, oh well, if my mother and father break up, and honestly, I feel like they would prefer you to break up than to be hateful to one another and constantly arguing or fighting or whatever it is. It's not fair towards them. It's not fair towards you or the person that you was with. It's just not fair to live in that much anger every day. It's draining. And you have to do what you have to do, but it is possible. It can get done. It is help out there. There are people who have been in your shoes who are willing to help you. Do not stay in a relationship and I'm not just talking about a relationship with family too. Cut it all off. It doesn't matter, because what's important is your happiness, and you need happiness on a daily basis in order to just survive in life. Peace is everything. I don't care about money. I don't care about cars. I don't care about clothes. I care about peace. That is priceless. So, if you're thinking about making changes in your life, you're going to be afraid. It's going to be hard, but you can do it, because guess what? I did it. I'm living proof I did it. And if you look at me now and you look at me from 3-4 years ago, I am not the same person. I'm so happy, and God has blessed my life. He has blessed my child. I'm so proud. My son is just he's just an awesome kid, and he's just everything to me, and I'm so grateful for him in life. So remember, your happiness comes first, and don't be afraid to cut ties with anything or anyone that threatens your peace of mind. On that note, I think that's it. I think that's all I have. So see you next video. Bye.